Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. Go on, a little bit out of sorts here. Right, here we go. So we're back tonight with round 3 of the P1 Racing Communities Red Bull. Oh, it's not Red Bull Juniors. That's the wrong logo. That's the wrong logo. It's not Red Bull Juniors. It's WTC tonight. We've got round 3, unless they've got this completely wrong and this is the flyer for Sunday's race, but it's not, because that's not a Nissan Red Bull Junior. So it is round 3 of the WTC from Nurburgring Sprint Circuit. So it is the shorter version of the GP track. We've got a 5-minute qualifier, 2 times 20-minute races. Top 7 will be reversed in race 2, and they have to use both racing mediums to be used in both races. Right, let me have a look at scores. So leading the way into round 3 then, we've got Raffo on 69 points. We've got Marshall on 59 points, Tyre Slayer 57, Rob S on 56 points, Skippy on 45, 1805 on 45 as well. Oh, that's not what you're meant to be doing. We've got Apache on 36, we've got Pilgrim 31, Bowman on 30, Dodgy on 26, and Crazy Ivan 70 on 17. So that's points up until now. Merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers still. Hit me up, darksmoker@googlemail.com if you want any of those. Let me know. So into the lobby. So interesting race last week. These cars have got elastic bands tied between them pretty much. So we've got to get in. Oh, let's get a bit of that on, bit of that on. Come on. So these cars, they've got the lobby set up, so they've got what's called catch-up on, which I lovingly refer to as a great big elastic band between all the drivers. So if you're running in the last place here, like the Dodger is at the minute, his car will be travelling down this straight a lot faster than the guys who are running in first, second, third, etc. And that catch-up just allows him to get himself back involved in the race. Unfortunately, for a lot of the drivers, they kind of forget that it's set up like that, so they come into these corners quicker than they expect. And yeah, it can cause a little bit of chaos. If you were anywhere near Mount Panorama last week, Thursday, you would have heard it, seen it. There was cars and drivers and positions going everywhere. That's what I need to do. Turn some sound on for you lot so you can hear these little things. Swift there being driven by the Dodger. Did I not see a score for Geordie Shaw? Why did I see a score for Geordie Shaw on that score sheet? Or did I see it not read it out? I don't know. So yes, we're at the short little version of Nurburgring tonight. Up front at the minute, it is Skippy on pole position, 132.8 currently. Again, only a 5-minute qualifier. We're 3.5 minutes into that already. Z Tyre Slayer 69 in second, 132.999 for him. Only fans livery. P1 Champ, he's got himself third on the grid at the minute, 133.3. He's in the Volkswagen Sirocco. Got Apache in one of the Renault Megans, fourth with a 133.357. Pilgrim fifth, he's got a 133.4. He's in that Peugeot, I forget what it's called, RCZ. That's what it is. See it on the number plate now. Raffo is in the Suzuki Swift, sixth place, 133.5. Swifts were looking good last week, except in the sort of cornery bits. especially the downhills, the very, very short frame of these little Suzuki Swifts, the very short car. I think it was just a little bit too unstable coming down the hill at Mount Panorama, and they just seemed to lose grip and end up firing themselves into walls an awful lot of the time last week. Bo, then he's in 7th with a 133.557. Marshall 133.8. We've got P1 Rob, he's got a 134.4. The Dodgers on that 136.2, and Geordie Shaw, no hot lap on the board yet. Champ onto pole position on 32.8. That is it. I'm not sure if they even get to finish these qualifying laps. That qualifying might just get cut short. So everybody that crosses the line should get to finish them. A lot of the time they get to finish the laps they're on. Everybody out on the medium tyre then. Let's see how they get on. Someone's taking out the cones. I'm not sure if that was Marshall or Apache. I think it was Marshall. Still got the slightly wobbly lobbies here in GT7. Just as they go around the corners, there's a little bit of skitching going on. It's 50,000 times better than they were when the game first came out, that's for sure. A little handbrake from Marshall to park him up at the end of qualifying. 7th position until everybody crosses that line. Let's go and have a look. We've got a few drivers coming up towards this finish line now. Tyre Slayer, who's that in front? Skippy. So he goes across the line. 132.8 has to settle for 2nd position then. But Raffo's come through in the little Suzuki Swift. Final lap, 132.1 for him. And a big yank of the handbrake for a celebration as well. Everybody's having a little go off the circuit here. Barging his way through. So Raffo then taking that top spot. Champ 2nd on the grid, Skippy 3rd, Rob S in 4th, Tyre Slayer 5th, Apache 6th. Bo in 7th, Pilgrim in 8th. Got Marshall in 9th, Dodger in 10th, and Geordie Shaw in 11th. Let's get ourselves back up to the front. A flash of the lights then for Raffo. Can he hold that top spot into turn 1? Lights go red. Oh, we've got a false start from, it could be Pilgrim, I think it is. Dodgers had to take avoiding action so as not to slam into the back of him. Raffo then, can he hold that top spot? Leading into turn 1, Champ's got his nose up the inside. Raffo just needs to be able to get the power down and control it into the 2nd corner. He should be able to hold this. But the Sirocco's running quick around the outside. Still under threat here, Raffo. Comes into this exit of the... comes into the exit of the... he's Skippy that he's managed to fire his way through then. You come from? You had a Champ and a Raffo in front of you, so drivers already coming foul of this elastic band catch-up feature. You can see it's been bumpy in these GR4s as well, always is GR4s. Tyre Slayer gets pushed out wide. So yes, they have got the catch-up mode on, which means the drivers at the back will travel faster than the guys at the front to allow them to catch back up to the big pack. So it does mean that a lot of these drivers will stay together for an awful long time. Makes for some great racing. It does make for a little bit of chaotic racing as well, as we see Champ slot his way into 1st position going through the chicane. Towards the end of lap 1 then. There we go, Skippy forces his way up the inside. Apache having a look as well. He's got himself side by side with Champ heading down the start-finish straight. Can he carry the speed? Oh, Rob S fires himself out. Goes for the slingshot past Raffo behind as well. Apache Apache then slots his way into the lead. Oh, and there's a victim of the catch-up. Rob S coming in there a little bit hot. Unfortunately, he's caught up a few other drivers as well. We'll split them up for a second, but then we'll pull the sails back together at some point. So Champ looking for that lead again. Apache still having a battle with him. Not anymore. Apache has to drop down into second as a quick look up the inside here. Raffo and Pilgrim as well. Again, with this catch-up mode on, it does just mean a lot of these drivers stick together. As the drivers behind to catch up with this front running pack. Apache running a little bit wide there. Oh, Raffo swings himself out so as not to slam into the back of him. Has a look up the inside. Can Apache hold it into the chicane? On board with leader Champ at the minute. Not on the brakes, everyone. This is where you might see drivers coming in a little bit hot from the back. Teams are getting that one under control. You can see most of the drivers all on the same piece of circuit still. Oh, Pilgrim comes in a bit hot. Catches Raffo and Apache out. Oh, there's a driver gone wide in the background. I think it's Geordie Shaw. Maybe it wasn't. What's happening? Champ had lost his mind. Started steering across the circuit. Oh, look at this. Under threat drivers are trying to make their way past him. Pilgrim's fired his way through then. Raffo's got himself through as well. Champ I think was just enjoying the fight. Said Slayer in fourth. Apache pushed down to fifth now. This is how quick positions can change. Fires himself back up the inside of Skippy. It's a bit wide. Skippy not able to come back up the inside. Marshall then coming from 11th to 7th. Rob trying to get himself back in the game. Bowl, Geordie Shaw and the Dodger all bringing themselves down towards this cut-off in this circuit. Everybody's still bumper to bumper pretty much around here. Pilgrim leads. For how much longer? We're coming onto one of the longest straight, really. Tyre Slayer into second, pressuring Champ. Apache comes firing through in that little Renault up the inside of Raffo. Still a battle here. Anyone's game, and it's anyone's race, as it was last week. Marmoney's on Dodger. Whoa, someone came in hot, catching out Tyre Slayers. Is that Champ's been pushed off wide? He's on the grass, trying to get that Volkswagen Scirocco back on the circuit. Comes back on in 9th position. I think it was Geordie Shaw that got fired off through turn 1 on the previous lap. Pilgrim has managed to make a little bit of a break here. That won't help him out at all. Now all the cars behind him will be travelling faster. Will they get caught out into turn 1? Oh, someone's coming hot. I think Champ maybe a little bit hot in there. Again, I'm not too sure. It is difficult to keep up with these races with the amount of action that happens. Were anywhere near Mount Panorama, Bathurst last week, you'll have seen them. Apache now at the back of the pack. Renault being pressed. Pilgrim then back under threat. Raffo's gone a little bit wide in this turn. Raffo slots his nose into the wing. Pilgrim will still hold it though. Raffo had a good look up the inside. Skippy then under threat from Tyre Slayer as well. He's got his teeth gritted on the front of that little Suzuki Swift. Tyre Slayer looking for a move. Was he helping out? Skippy pushing him up the street. I think you need it. Everyone's travelling fast enough up here. Champ 5th, then Marshall. Whoa! Geordie Shaw came through there like he was on rails. Forget those 2 corners. Just coming through straight line. Marshall back up the inside though into this final corner. Rob S now has a little look up the inside as well. Oof, oh, has to take avoided action. Raffo back into the lead of this race as they head down towards turn 1. You can see this catch-up mode just keeping everybody right together. My money's still on you, Dodger. Pilgrim then pushed to the back of the pack. Was leading this race a second ago. Skippy goes wide through there. Champ follows him through to the inside. He's going to get this position off of Skippy. Tyre Slayer. Skippy comes back at him though. Thought Tyre Slayer had managed to slot his way through as well there, but he hadn't. Skippy. Now teeny little chassis Suzuki managed to find a hole and slot his way back in. Punchy up the inside of Champ as well. Goes wide. The two Suzuki Swifts up front then, first and second, Raffo and Skippy. And again, Champ fires his way through now. Tyre Slayer goes chomping his way through the inside as well. Rob S now having a look at the middle of the pair of them. Marshall trying to tag his way back onto that top fight. From the back up to 7th. Bo in 8th. Bo's got himself a great big headache and a 1 second penalty now. What happened to Geordie? So Marshall, what happened? Reset to track maybe? Just unghosted right in front of Bo. He slammed his head into the flipping steering wheel, I think. Pilgrim looking to try and catch back up with this fight then. 3.3 seconds down. Let's see. Quickly he can catch back up with this fight. Raffo though leads. Champ looking back up the inside into turn 1. It's all a bit punchy here at Nurburgring. These GR4s. Just ask for a damp thrashing. Especially with these lobby settings, it just makes for some great racing. Geordie Shaw's gone wide in the background there. Back on track in 7th. Dodger goes through. Bo's looking to go through. Pilgrim just 0.7 of a second back now. There you go. Purple sector. His car from the back travelling fast as he now fires his way up the inside of Dodger though. To lose that penalty in a second. As will Bo coming up. He's got a whole second to lose. It's chaos. Braking points are all over the place when they're mid-pack or near the back. We'll just catch a few of these drivers out then. Dodger makes his way past Bo with that penalty. Pilgrim managing to keep his speed up. Making up a position in fact with that half a second penalty loss. Champ then back into the lead of this race. It's now 2 Volkswagen Siroccos, first and second. Tyre Slayer, the only fans livery, as first, second and third actually. Rob S in the silver Sirocco behind. All tucking against the wall, giving nobody an inch as they head down here. Rob S sees Champ go defensive. He thinks, okay, you're going to leave the door open. I'm coming in. Thank you very much. But Raffo sees that gap as well. He fires his way back through into second, does he? He's gone deep into the Mercedes arena, off track even. He's going to lose a couple of positions here, I think. Champ goes through. Tyre Slayer goes through. Marshall through to 4th as well. Rafa getting caught out all over the place through there. Skippy in 5th, and the threat Pilgrim behind him and Apache. Shaw got his own worries. He's got a Dodger and a Bo to contend with. He's gone a little bit deep through there where he got Geordie. Good spins to get this Peugeot back up to speed. He's still fighting with Dodger and Bo, even with that little mistake. Still all perched on the same corner. Rob S now leads. Champ second. Getting a bit pushy here. 2 of the Siroccos go wide. Rob S falls back to 5th. Where's Champ? I think Marshall went a bit deep there as well. Raffo then fires his way back into the lead of the race. It's as quick as that. Oh no, he didn't. Sorry, he nearly did. Raffo pressuring Champ, trying not to let him past. Champ gets his way up the inside of Tyre Slayer, looking for the lead of the race into turn 1. 11.5 minutes into this first 20-minute race. Someone's got it wrong somewhere. No, everybody's still racing here. Getting great big squeals from these medium tyres, but there just seems to be everyone's keeping it pointing in at pretty much a straight line. I'll say that as Pilgrim decides he's, with the help of Geordie Shaw, get a little bit sideways through there, I think. The two RCZs coming together. Pilgrim then fires his way back up the inside of Geordie. Bo's having a look here as well. Rob S then, he's all the way back down to 7th. Bo's run off in the background. That's going to slow him right down, back to the back of the field. Still only 3/4 of a second behind Dodger. Now a second back, but again, catch-up mode on. Even on the sand. Pilgrim doing donuts in the background. He's caught the sand. He'll be a long way back by the time he gets himself back on circuit. Just see how fast he'll catch up with this crowd again then. Champ and Raffo still fighting for the lead. Into this final corner once more. Skippy's got himself back into this top 3 fight as well. To make a hole at the inside of Champ, not quite this time. A little bit of contact pushed Champ a bit wide. That has allowed Raffo back through to the lead of the race. And they are still pretty much on the same corner, apart from possibly Pilgrim. Raffo from Champ then, Tyre Slayer and Marshall right there, as is Skippy. Rob S closed up. Geordie Shaw came in there at 400 miles an hour. Gets himself back on track in 10th. And the other RCZ now got someone to chase down. Both drivers will be carrying a lot of speed as well. Great big 1 second penalty for some off-track action. Lose that next lap. It's not quite registered this time. Champ back into the lead then. Raffo keeping it right there with him. There's cars all over the place through that chicane. Raffo and Champ still battling it out for this top spot. Slayer trying to get himself back involved here as well. Top 3 made a little bit of a break, but again that won't help them out. You can see it just as they come into the braking zone, everybody else closes up on them. Patchy goes a little bit deep through there, it doesn't affect him too much. Just a little bit of threat from Rob S. Inside line through there though, so Rob S has to settle for 6. Marshall looking for a way through as well. Here's Bo, who's managed to get himself past a couple of drivers into 8th. Dodger and Pilgrim battling it out. And Geordie Shaw now on the tail end of this fight. Still got that 1 second penalty as well he's got to lose. Absolute punch up here in the WTC round 3. This is only race 1. We've got another one coming up. Reverse grid for the top 7. Everybody catching back up with Raffo now then as they come into the chicane. Hear those tyres squeal. Oh, I was going to say you expect to see someone off track. We found someone. It's Pilgrim. Skippy as well, managed to get himself off track, so all the way back to the back of the pack for Skippy. Little Suzuki got a lot of work to do then, running out of time, 4 minutes. The field just broken up a little bit. Again, now that those drivers are a little way further back, it does cause their cars to carry a lot more speed into the corners. That might just be catching them out and leaving them, unfortunately, those few seconds back. We'll see, they all do seem to be closing back up now though. There we go, all pretty much on the same straight here. 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. Yeah, just into the new short cut-off section of, it's not new, just for this game. Skippy then back on the pack. Just a quarter of a second behind Pilgrim, 5 seconds behind race leader, but not for long, I can assure you of that. He's got half a second penalty to lose, but that shouldn't affect him too much. Champ, Tyre Slayer and Raffo still battling it out for top 3 positions here. Tyre Slayer now able to take advantage. Raffo might be able to though, carrying a bit more speed into this final corner. Doesn't manage to get his nose up the inside. He does just on the apex there as Tyre Slayer slides a bit wide. Rob S is looking to make his way through as well. With Tyre Slayer then down in 4th position now. S and Raffo having a battle with side by side with Rob S. Carries a little bit more speed out of there than Rob. Oh, gets a tiny bit of a tap through though. Rob S is able to carry the speed, get himself back through into 3rd position. Marshall is somewhere, he's right behind us here in 4th position. Change that camera angle up a little bit. There we go. So the field still pretty close together. Carrying a lot of speed into these corners. Champ goes wide in the lead. Raffo not able to take advantage. He's got to settle for 2nd again. Big door wide open for him then. He wasn't able to get that little Suzuki through. Drivers looking to make their way past Tyre Slayer as well. Marshall, Pilgrim, Bow, Apache. Back into this chicane then. Champ still leads, but under pressure. Oof, Rob S and Tyre Slayer having a bit of a tumble there. First, 6-way fight for first now then. We're on board with 2nd place Tyre Slayer. He's managed to make up a couple of slots. Just Champ to beat. He's holding his own at the minute is Champ. Oh, it's having to take a void in action there then Tyre Slayer. That's, you can see how scrappy it is. It's an absolute punch up in these GR4s. Again with the lobby settings the way they are. Just has a lot of interaction, shall we say, between the drivers. We've got a driver miles off the back. Who's that? Geordie Shaw. Oh no, he's 6.5 seconds back. And his car will be now travelling at sort of 6 million miles an hour down some of the straights. That might just be catching him out enough to slow him down almost. As weird as that sounds. Raffo fast into there. Slides that little Suzuki Swift round. Champ then still holding the lead of this race. 20 minutes are over. This is the final lap then. It's just the back straight and the chicane final corner to go. Who can get the run on Champ? Anybody up the hill. It's a last ditch effort into the chicane. Raffo has a little look. He's not able to carry the speed through though. It might be Raffo's for the win here. He's left the door a tiny little bit open. Raffo's having a pushy look. Raffo. Oof. Didn't take it though, Raffs. Tyre Slayer grabbed it off you. He took 1st. Pilgrim 2nd. Rob S in 3rd. Raffo 4th. Did he grab a penalty on the way out of that corner that I didn't see? 5th for Marshall. Apache in 6th. Bo 7th. Champ. You were done in 8th. Everyone saw that. Raffo. Oh. Yes, Champ. So it was Tyre Slayer that took the win. Pilgrim 2nd. Rob S in 3rd. Raffo 4th. Marshall 5th. Apache 6th. Bo in 7th. Champ in 8th. Skippy in 9th. The Dodger 10th. And Geordie Shaw in 11th. You can see absolute punch up there in these WTC lobbies. Not dirty in the sense of, well, apart from maybe that last manoeuvre, Raffo. Even I'm calling you out on that one. That was that was naughty. We were already up the inside. It should have just been a push to the line, but oh. So we'll have a few minutes break in between the races then, and then we'll get on with race 2. Same format here at Nurburgring Sprint Circuit. The only difference being that the top 7 from race 1 will be reverse grid into the second race. Does make it a little bit confusing sometimes. Reverse the whole grid, damn it. Mr. Miller, evening, brother. Evening from the grave. Why? You're not feeling well, Mr. Miller. What's going on? Are you telling me I've got ghosts and ghouls in my chat? Okay, so race 2 gonna get underway at 21:35. A couple of minutes to go then. But yeah, let's have a quick shufty, shall we, while we've got a couple of minutes. View settings then. Where did I see them last time? Boost on strong, slipstream strength on strong. So even if you're not right at the back, your car's going to be carrying a lot more speed than any driver in front of you if you're in the tow range. Hence why these cars are going absolutely crazy and sticking together like glue. But again, does make for some great racing. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. Sorry, it's just a tyre slayer's put it in the chat, that's all. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you're a whippersnapper. Whippersnapper. So it shouldn't really make much difference, to be honest, the reverse grid in race 2. Whoever's fastest will end up at the front most of the time. And again, you've seen in race 1 that anybody could be leading this race for any point. It's that close. Again, 1 or 2 drivers getting caught out here or there, losing a fair bit of time from the main pack. But in general, most of the cars stick together. Who's that going crazy on track? It's Champ. He's trying to drift his front wheel drive Sirocco, I think. Don't drive it sensibly now, we're looking at you. It's not even giving it full revs now, but checking out his starts, Champ, making sure he can get off the line quickly. You see a lot of these drivers do this in the leagues, in the lobbies. Get a little bit of track to themselves quite near the start of the race. They'll have 1 or 2 little practice starts just to try and get that nailed. S also in the Sirocco here then. Suzuki Swift, very aggressive looking, angry teeth on the front. Right. Monster livery. Surprised you haven't been sponsored by them yet. I'm not seeing anybody else's livery because they're all in the pits. Again when race 2 starts. Lobby settings will probably get reset. .21:36 I can see on my computer screen. You're lying to me. Pills. Again, all drivers on the medium tyre for race 2 as well. A little bit quick into that one, takes out a couple of cones on his way through. Now is he going to be nice to Patchy? No, he's not. No, he's not. He tries to sideswipe the poor Renault. He's just doing his own thing. Trying to T-pack Skippy there as well. Weave is sticking to the road pretty well. He says as Champ drives it completely off circuit and then gets it backwards. No, he does not quite. Managed to hold it together. Le P1RCs. Oh, and he pulls straight on front of the track in front of Don. P1 Don. You suddenly appear from your little dented rod. Oh, looks like you're in this second race then. Suzuki Swift for him as well. That's up 3 on circuit now. So Geordie Shaw on pole position, then Don is getting a little bit of a sneaky second position here, joining race 2 late. So here we go then, another 20 minutes here at Nurburgring Sprint Circuit. We wait for these lights to drop and they're away. Everyone getting a good start this time. No false start from Pilgrim this time. It's Don looks like he's going to make his way through to the top spot into turn 1. Oh, Geordie Shaw, he's gone wide, there's chaos. Champ slots his way back up the inside, straight into the lead of this race here then. Patchy sitting in 4th, Marshall 5th, Bo in 6th. Positions swapping all over the place, difficult to keep up. Contact between Rob S and Marshall. Maybe Bo, apologies, that might have been Bo and Marshall. Keeps himself in the fight though, Bo. Raffo in 9th, then Geordie Shaw 10th, went off early on. Dodger in 11th, oh, a little bit of contact between those two. So pushing Geordie Shaw a little bit deep. Don has ended up at the back of the pack again. He's now got a bit of work to do. To the front of the race then, Champ and Skippy battling it out for 1st and 2nd. Champ gets his way through to the lead and through the chicane. Patchy holding 3rd position, Marshall 4th. He's being looked at by Rob up the inside. Rob's got his own problems though, tyre slay around the outside, Pilgrim looking up the inside. Raffo tucked onto the back end of that fight as well. Bo keeping himself in touch with that pile of drivers. Then we have Geordie Shaw and Don running side by side down the start-finish straight. Geordie Shaw just getting himself in front. And the Dodger closing up into turn 1. Still having a punch-up for first position. Marshall's thinking, you two carry on fighting. I'm just going to slip my way straight up the inside of both of you. Have some of that. Says Marshall 2012. First position, half a second lead over Skippy. Oh, contact between Skippy and Pilgrim. Luckily. Now, unluckily, gets a little nudge off of Apache on the way through there as well. As he was rejoining the circuit. Little nudge back onto Rob S. It is an absolute punch-up. Tiny little tickle on Bo as well through there. And drives himself off circuit. This car's going backwards. Don and Skippy. Now 2 Suzuki Swifts off circuit. Skippy taking an awful long time to get back on the track here. Let's see what happens later on in this race. Pilgrim into the lead of the race, but he's gone deep through turn 1. Marshall regains that lead then. Slipstream on strong and catch-up mode on strong here as well. You can see drivers just able to look at the wrong side. Oh my gosh, Marshall's carried far too much speed into turn 1. He's fired himself right off circuit here. Drops himself down into 10th position. Everything kicking off here. So I was trying to look at the top 4 fight. Marshall decided to not be involved in that anymore. Tyre Slayer carrying good speed through there. Manages to slot his way past Geordie Shaw. Geordie Shaw carries far too much speed in. Has he gone? Oh, he's still trying to get himself back on circuit. Geordie Shaw, Bo and P1 Rob having a battle for that 5th position. Now is Champ Pilgrim leaves the door wide open. Tyre Slayer has a little look. Penalty there, forgot he had a penalty on board. Let's see, Rob S and Bo still battling it out, but they both managed to get their way past Tyre Slayer as they go to the chicane. Raffo involved in this fight now as well. Again, with this catch-up and slipstream on strong, it does allow these drivers to catch back up with each other. Goes a little bit fast into there. Tyre Slayer is going to have issues now. Where's he gone? Able to carry the speed as much as I thought. Raphael thought he was going to be able to get up the inside of Tyre Slayer there. Still an absolute punch-up at the front as well. Rob S now through to the lead of the race. Whoa, only for a second though. Champ comes back, takes that back off him. On board with 3rd place Pilgrim. He now has a little look at the inside of Rob S, but he closes the door. Moves up to 4th position. Tyre Slayer right next to him. Raffo tucked under the rear wing of Bo. Bo's gone a little bit deep. Can Raffo squeeze his way to the inside as well? Not quite. Tyre Slayer's got more penalty to lose here. Full second. Champ still leads Rob Esto in a great position to make a move on him uphill. Pilgrim might be able to make his way past both of them if he can carry the speed. Backs off the throttle on the way into the chicane, keeping a better exit. The door closed on him again. The 2 Siroccos just taking up the circuit. Therefore, Champ, can he carry the speed? Rob S just gets a wing up the inside of his rear quarter. Now it is a drag race between the 2 Siroccos down to the line, but Pilgrim coming through splits the 2 German vehicles straight up the middle as they come into turn 1. Where has you couldn't see it there, but Champ was literally the other side of Rob S. You couldn't see him because the cars were exactly the same shape. Champ back into the lead then. Pilgrim 2nd, Rob S 3rd. Raffo 4th, still right together. Bo 5th, Tyre Slayer 6th. Marshall 7th. Again, drivers swapping it around. Don back in this fight as well. 7th position, Gary Speed and the little Suzuki. Apache 8th, Bo pushed down to 9th, Skippy 10th, Geordie Shaw 11th, Dodge at 12th. So still not that far back really, 7.4 seconds from race lead at the minute, Dodge. There they are. Oof, Geordie Shaw in front, nearly loses it. Again, he's got a penalty to lose as well. That should work to Dodge's advantage. That off. That's Bo off in the Sirocco. He's got a bit of work to do then. Almost 8 minutes into race 2 here then. And again, this top spot is chopped and changed left, right, centre. Pilgrim goes firing through, misses the second part of the chicane, unfortunately. May gain a penalty for that as a little brush off of the tyres. Goes a tiny bit deep. Tyre Slayer taking a nice tight line through that final corner. There's Champ again vying for top spot. Still neck and neck then after 8 minutes. Champ back into the lead. Pilgrim threatening Z. Tyre Slayer up the outside. Oh, Pilgrim hard on the brakes to get that Peugeot turned in. I thought he lost that. He wasn't able to quite take that lead position off of Champ, but it was a good look for Pilgrim. He's got his nose up the inside, a little bit of contact. Decides to push Champ back straight again. He's lost a position or two, but not out of the fight. Tyre Slayer then 2nd, Don 3rd, Champ only 4th position, still well within touching distance as Raffo goes a little bit deep, as does Marshall. Allows Rob S to go through. Apache having a little look as well on Raffo as they head into this back half of the circuit. Gets his nose up the inside, Apache, and takes that position off of Raffo, does he? Yes, he does. Skippy having a look as well. Rob S trying to squeeze his way through with that door that's been left open by Raffo. Oh, as Pilgrim goes wide through there. Where is Pilgs? Back on circuit in 6th. Oh my God, no Pilgs. That's not the way. RCZ versus RCZ then towards the final corner. Geordie Shaw picks up half a second penalty for his trouble through there. Sirocco still battling out for the lead. Don into 3rd position. Top 2 have got a little bit of a gap though, 1.1 seconds. Side by side into turn 1. Champ slots his way through again. Suzuki Swift in 3rd and 4th as well. Looking for a position here though. Don slides his way through that corner, holds on to the 3rd. Don't know how long he's going to hold on to it now either. He's lost a bit of time to those 2 in front. Marshall again goes wide through there. It's the 2nd lap in a row. Dodger up to 8th though, but back under pressure from Marshall and Bo into this tight back half of the track. Keeps it on circuit through there, Dodger. Carrying far too much speed. Pilgrim comes through as well. Takes both Bo and Marshall. Bo comes back at him though. Pilgrim's had a penalty to lose. Geordie Shaw hanging on to the back end of this fight. Champ then with a 3/4 of a second lead. It won't be for long. Tyre Slayer and Skippy closing back up on him. Oh, they all come firing around that corner. Who was that? Is that you again, Pilgrim? Yes. Down towards turn 1. All 10 cars. I want to say 11, but Pilgrim's through the end of the start-finish straight right now. All 10 cars heading into turn 1 then, and we are almost 12 minutes into race 2. Champ leads. So even with the catch-up, Skippy then looking for that same line that Don was taking last lap. It was for that little shortcut across the circuit. It's not a... I don't think he means to do it, it's just his car ends up going a little bit sideways under braking. Swifts holding good positions though. Seems to be a battle between the Swifts and the Siroccos. Little McGann is keeping himself involved. Raffo now with a penalty to lose only half a second, but that gives the drivers behind a little bit of a opportunity to make a position up. We've got Bo, Marshall, Raffo and Dodger all making their way through. Pilgrim, another penalty and a long way back, 12.1 seconds. Even with catch-up, I don't think that's going to help him. Oh, Chap goes wide into the final corner. That allows Tyre Slayer through. Slots himself right over to that pit wall. Doesn't want to give anybody opportunity to get up inside, but I think he's left it a little bit too early to come over to the racing line. Chap then gets his way back up front. Rob S comes firing through. Apache up into 4th position. Skippy 5th. Bo back up into 6th. Oh, Skippy into the side of Apache. Pushes him a little bit wide. Bo having a fight here as well. Another little touch between Skippy and Apache. Spinning the wheels up Apache. Not sure what's going on there. Down to 8th position then Apache. Bo 9th, Dodger 10th, Geordie Shaw. Oh, Geordie Shaw in 11th. 12th, 7.9 seconds back. Can he catch up? Another penalty for Geordie Shaw to lose as well. Cham back up front still leads, and it is Sirocco, Cham Tyre Slayer and Rob S. Skippy in the Swift in 4th. We've got another McGann in 5th. Don fires his way through. Look at the speed he's carrying. The inside of Marshall, almost up the inside of Skippy as well there, into the final corner. There we have it again. 10 drivers on the same piece of circuit. There's Pilgrim just in the background. He is closing up now, 3.8 seconds behind. Where are you going? Where are you going, Skippy? Into 11th, just Pilgrim to play with at the minute. Oh, he's not that far back off the back end of Dodger. Back in touch with each other then. Pilgrim now just 1.2 seconds behind that pack in front of him. Yeah, all on the same bit of circuit again then. Cham still leads though. Rob S in 2nd, Tyre Slayer 3rd. The Siroccos have looked good here tonight. Thank you very much, Indian Stig Racing. Come and join the show, mate. Get yourself involved with P1 or MRC. Involved with any of those boys. Some really good racing involved with these lot. But yeah, much appreciated. Thank you, sir. The Siroccos again, I'm just saying, looking strong here tonight. The Suzuki Swift as well seem to be holding those sort of next few positions. Don, Raffo and Skippy have pretty much been 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th in general. Again, the Renaults have just kept their nose involved in this fight. Been sort of all over the place. There's Dodger and Pilgrim battling it out on circuit. Geordie Shaw now at the back of this field again in the RCZ. So these things seem to be quick, but maybe a little bit loose. Oh, they're still having an absolute punch up then. 16 minutes in. Cham carrying the speed through there, almost using Rob S as a bit of a rail on the way out. They're still almost touching each other coming through here. Middle of the circuit on the way into this corner. Tyre Slayer nowhere to go. Don looking to make his way through in that little Suzuki Swift. These Siroccos just carrying that little bit of extra speed, or maybe able to just accelerate. Oof, Don having to take slightly avoiding action so as not to take out Rob in front of him. That's put under threat from Apache. fourth. He does just squeeze his way through. Will he hold it down the hill and back up towards the chicane though? A little bit of a slipstream off of... Oh, no, not anymore, he hasn't. Rafa in the background looking to make his way past three drivers here. Side by side with Don through the chicane. Ah, there's Skippy in the next Suzuki Swift. Look at the state of this, look. You can't even tell who's who or what's what. And again, position swap that quickly that it's difficult to keep up. Not too bad with this man. He seemed to have kept his nose clean and himself out front. Pretty good fight between himself. Rob S and Tyre Slayers. Tyre Slayer just makes himself known into turn one. Champ then. Saying just keeping himself out of trouble and managing to stay up front. Gets nudged all the way down to fourth position with the appearance of a Tyre Slayer. Slots his way back on the inside of Apache there though, takes up another position. Ooh, a little tiny dink on the inside of Tyre Slayer to regain that second. Hunting down that top spot as well. S looking to go defensive. Champ left the door open a little bit. Tyre Slayer's having a look. She's still holding that fourth position. We have got Skippy back up into fifth. Pilgrim carries a lot of speed through there. Don's going to get himself back past. Marshall in eighth. Bo ninth. Geordie Shaw back involved with the fight. Tiny bit of contact between himself and the Dodger. It's caught Dodger out more though. He now ends up backwards. Again, I think the short frame of the Suzuki Swift just... these cars lose grip, they start spinning around. Unfortunately, the slightly longer cars have a tiny bit more grip to them for some reason. So 19 minutes into this race, this will become final lap then once they cross the line. And it is Champ to lead us through. Nope. Just a little late move over to the racing line there, but then fakes out, comes back over to the inside. Apache in the Renault gets himself through into second, but can he hold it into the Mercedes arena? Tyre Slayer on the inside. Rob S looking dangerous as well. Again, it's going to be an absolute punch up now on this last lap. Contact. Can Apache hold it on the way out of here? He should have the advantage when they come into the next turn, but he's going to put himself under pressure as they run up the back straight towards the chicane. And it's happened early on. There's chaos in this final lap. Apache's been nudged wide. Rafo's been... so it's Skippy that's been nudged wide. He now finds himself in 11th. Dodger even makes his way past him. Skippy then all the way down to the back of the pack. Champ now with a little bit of a lead. 1.1 seconds. It's unheard of in these elastic band lobbies. To this chicane for the final time. Champ in the lead by a second. Tyre Slayer in second. We've got Don in third. Marshall fourth. Oh, Bo fifth, but he's just got himself a little bit backwards. He's caught out Apache as well. Apache's just trying to get himself out of the way here. Drivers coming through, but Pilgrim's been caught out with that. But it is Champ that takes the win here. Tyre Slayer takes second. Just Don takes third. Marshall takes fourth. Geordie Shaw takes fifth. Rob S 6th. Raffo comes through for 7th. The Dodger will take 8th. Skippy 9th. Bo in 10th. Who have we lost? Why am I only got Pilgrim in 11th? Who did we lose from that race? Who did we lose? There you go. It's absolute punch up in these WTC leagues. Again, we've got catch up on strong. We've got the slipstream on strong as well. So it just keeps all those drivers really close together. Again, it can cause a little bit of chaos into some of those corners when they're all firing themselves up that back straight into the chicane. As you've seen, drivers finding all sorts of lines through there. But that was round 4. Just looking at the winner, Champ taking the win in race 1 and 2 here. And there we go, round 4 done and dusted. Again, just go back and check out the last week's Mount Panorama. That was definitely one of my funniest races to commentate over. It was great. I enjoyed it. So yes, that is it from me. I am back on Sunday night for the next round of the P1 boys again and their Red Bull Juniors League, and then next Thursday, same time, same place, 9 PM for round 4 of the WTC. Not too sure where that's from, but you can see it's fast, hard racing. So make sure you come and check that out. Again, come and check out the Red Bull Juniors as well on Sunday night. Standard settings for that one. No elastic bands tied between the cars. It is all about your racing prowess. So that's it from me. Oh, we've already been booted out of the lobby. Okay. That is it for me. I hope you have liked what you watched. If you have, please, as Indian Stig Racing has just done, please give it a like, a comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff to make sure you don't miss out on any of the races and things like that. But most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.